Hi guys, it's T with Teaquilts, and today is Saturday, October 8th, 2022, and we're here for live sewing chat today. I had the so busy quilting guild. The quilt guild met today, so I am tired. I had a good day, great meeting with friends, and so I was trying to figure out what we were going to work on today because I haven't sewed since last Saturday. I didn't sew last Saturday, did I? Because I sat here and talked, didn't I? And then so I haven't sewed in 2 weeks. And on last Wednesday, I did a haul. So I have not sewed in a couple weeks. So I still have not sewn my great blocks together so that I can put my border blocks around it. I just want to make sure that none of my fabrics will accidentally touch, because I know if I just sew it randomly together on the not today pattern that it will. That's how it's going to happen if I don't lay it out. And again, I'm making mine's queen size. It's going to actually be 100 by 100 when I'm done. So I just want to make sure before I sew it together, because I want what I want and I don't want to have to rip anything out because I'm not happy. I'm actually going to keep this quilt and actually use it on my bed. So I don't want to be looking at something that I just don't like. So let me pull you all up so I can read the chat comments. Okay. I'm not sure. We've got Linda Denton says, is she not doing the video tonight? I am doing the video tonight. Sometimes I came on at 5 o'clock to make my schedule for coming on at 8. I told the machine that I was coming on at 8, but for some reason it listed me as coming on at 5. I went back into my edit mode to make sure that I had put in 8. I indeed had put in 8, but for some reason YouTube kept listing me as coming on at 5 p.m. Just know on Saturdays, unless I accidentally come on at 7 because I fell asleep and think I'm late for work, just know that I'm coming on at 8 p.m. on Saturday nights. I probably would never do a 5 o'clock unless I'm out somewhere doing something special, and it probably would be something impromptu. But our regular live chat is on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm so sorry about the confusion, but there was nothing I can do. Like I said, I went back in, I checked it twice before I just left the YouTube settings, and it said 8 o'clock on my phone, but every time I saw it floating out in the universe, it was saying 5 o'clock. So y'all know I'm coming. Unless if I'm not going to come, you would get a YouTube community note, or it would be posted in my Facebook page that something has come up. I try to let you all know when I'm not going to be live. Beb Dixons is here saying, hello, everyone. What's going on? Paula is here. Janice Miller. Sheila Willis saying, good evening, TNT Quilters. Vivian Calvey. Hi, TN everyone. Quilt Gal. Hi, TN everyone from Chile, Maryland. Just listening tonight. Deborah Quilts is here saying, hello, TN fellow quilters. I saw Deborah Quilts today. Melissa LePage is here. Good evening, TN everyone. Anita Nance was here. Darcy Savali is here saying, hi, TN everyone. Give T her thumbs up. Hey, Darcy, welcome back. Kevin says, evening, Miss T and all T quilters. Laura Starwalt says, hi from Northwest Indiana. Welcome to the live chat, Laura. Thank you for coming and commenting. Delia Shirt says, hi, T and everyone. Happy Saturday. Winona Mixon, hello, Miss T and everyone. Glad to be here. Hey, quilters from C-Rax. Oh, my God. I need a nap. Bear's working on the African Map Challenge. You know, I signed up for that and didn't even do it. One of these days I'll get it done. Shirley Peters is here saying hello to you and everyone. Shirley, I think you asked me for skin tones. I could have sworn I sent you a PayPal invoice, or you can pay any other way. If you've already paid and I'm mistaking you for somebody else, let me know. It's one person, it's two people that haven't paid, and I got theirs put aside. And thinking of those skin tones, I only have one more in stock. I will go ahead and order some more fabric just so I can have some on stock, and then I'll put it on my website when I do that too. But I ran out of those skin tones within 24 hours. I still just got that one left. They were all gone within 24 hours except for one. Bonita Nan says, hey, Miss T and everyone, just stop by to say hello and watch the replay at a pasta night with family. Now that's fun. Have fun, Bonita. Thank you for popping in. Francis Jackson says, hello, T and everyone. Teresa McCormick, good evening, Miss T and all. Celia Swain says, hello, T and quilting friends. Your package should be mailed on Monday. I ran out of fat quarters right after I got off the live on Wednesday. Those 3 fat quarter bundles that I had were sold. I had a couple more orders, so I cut 8 more sets of fat quarter bundles with the 30 bundle package. And now 4 of those are gone, so I just have 4 left. So if you're interested in a fat quarter bundle with the 30 pieces of fabric, just let me know. Don Cunningham is here saying hello, everybody. Elaine Doucette saying happy Thanksgiving. Is for Canada, yes. Jason Lewis says evening, Miss T and quilty friends. Susan Baker, hi T and everyone. Darcy says T is floating around the universe. I'm trying to see. My screen looks a little, maybe I'm not in, I shouldn't be playing anyway. So let me stop that. Put myself on pause up there. Susan Baker says hi T and everyone. Wash your hands says hi TNT Quilter. Sheila D, good evening from Temecula, Florida. Oh, California. I don't know why I'm saying Florida. Phyllis G is here saying hi to everyone. Phyllis, I also sent you a PayPal invoice, or you can pay me via CashApp, Venmo, or Zelle for your skin tones. They're $20 with the shipping. Cynthia Maria Field says hi, watching from couch. Sharon Lewis says hi to everyone. Shirley says she paid. Thank you, Shirley. So it's somebody else, and I just don't have the list in here, because I was trying to let people know. When I got those, I got off of here Wednesday. Wednesday night, I went and cut those things, and I was getting those skin tones in the mail Thursday and Friday. Okay, I was pretty fast getting those skin tones done. Cynthia Shades says good evening to all from Chicago. Pearl Medina says hello, Miss T and fellow quilters from Cold, Michigan. Not used to the cold weather anymore. Can't wait to get back to Southern California. Yes, honey, I wouldn't move there. The Debt Free Quilter is saying hey, hey. And Sue GSD says hello, quilters and tea, queen of retreat. 626 days until retreat 2024. That's what I thought I was going to be working on this week, but ended up I was cutting more fat quarters and skin tones and mailing out fat quarter bundles. So at some point, I'm hoping that I can get some time to figure out estimated costs for retreat based on what they gave me thus far. As I said, the problem with pricing for retreat, maybe what I might do is just wait on trying to get a price for retreat and just go ahead and have people start mailing in for holding their spot, so I know whether or not you're interested in going, and just use their non-refundable deposit amount as the amount to request for that. And then just wait until January when I get the actual full fees, and I still won't know the fee for the bus that I plan to hire, but that's a whole nother story. So, but I do want to work on that. Lena Dean says, good evening, Miss T and Quilters. I received my fat quarter pack, and it is yummy, 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 and I can't wait to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Yes, I had, like I said, I had made 8 fat quarter bundles, sold 2 when I left the house, and I took them to my club meeting today, and I was folding 220 of the fat quarters at the meeting, and two of the girls decided that they wanted fat quarter bundles. So that's how come I only have 4 left. So when you see the fabrics when as a grouping, when I'm running through here with them, they may not be as appealing, but I'm telling you, me just sitting there folding them, and it was like every fat quarter section that I was folding, they was like, I like that one. I like that one too. I like that one. That was pretty cool. And then it was like, you know what? I need the bundles. And the other girl goes, me too. So that's kind of what happened. They go fast once people see what it is. Melissa saying, did she make the cut? Girl, I put your skin tone pack aside first. It was your idea. And I put your pack aside. You definitely made the cut. You were in that count. You were the first one on the list. Claudette Bettis is here saying hello to everyone. Claudette, I sent you know what? I used the email that you emailed to me, and I'm wondering if you've got a different billing email for PayPal or something. But Claudette, your packet is ready to be mailed too. I'm having trouble with my chat again. Is always telling me it needs to be retried or something. And Lena saying, thank you, Miss T, for my gift and my fat quarter pack. You're welcome. I had some miscellaneous things, so different things got different stuff depending on how much you spent with me. I didn't put anything inside of the skin tones packages because the weight would have knocked it over into the next weighing category. So I didn't do that. But you spend a certain amount. Sometimes I put stuff in your packages if I have anything available. So that's what she's talking about. Shirley says she got her fat quarters. Thanks, you're welcome. And Brenda Foley says, good evening, T and friends. T Roberts is here also. I can't remember if I said her name. Just want to make sure. I said Paula S already. Guess who? Nancy is here saying hello all. Rich Rudley. Hey, Rich. Saying hello to you and all my quilting friends from New Jersey. Leetta Bryant's here. Hi, TNT Quilters. And yes. Melissa saying, thank you, Tees. I'm so happy. Yes. Girl, I would never do that. It's your idea. Y'all, Christmas will be here before you know it. I had cut all of these things here so that I could make bow cozies for my family to give out at Christmas. And I haven't sold the one. I sold the ones where I was here with you guys, but I haven't sold any more. So I need to make some bow cozies. And that's what we're going to do today instead of working on not today. Oh my gosh. Wash your hands says the East is supposed to have a cold front coming soon. Woo. All right. When I was making these before, I did fold these and trim off like a 1/4 of an inch because it kind of mattered. Even though I die cut these, it did make it nice to turn. So just a 1/4 of an inch. I think I'm going to just go and just hand do it, eyeball it. So that's my first step. It's Craft with Love 55 is here. Says greetings TNT Quilters. So I missed that one. So sorry about that. Sheila D says, is that the bow cozy from AccuQuilt? Yes, it is. And you can sew it like I was intending, that's why I had taken the bag out of here. So then it got out of sight, out of mind, because I moved my brother, and I was intending to sew one of these on the brother without trimming to see if the industrial sewing machine didn't mind going through all this thickness, but I never did that. So here we are. I've been too busy making bags on that brother, so I haven't done my experiment on that. So I just know that it's quite a few thickness when you fold over with the batting and the seam twice. So I'm going to do this so that we only have batting once. So that's why I'm trimming off the quarter. And I don't really care about the V too much. We'll see on the next one if I need to trim the V as well. All right, so we got, I think I got, yeah, should have 40. Yep. So we'll put that over there. Let's see. So I did die cut these, starched my fabric. I used as much scrap batting as I could, trying not to go get my roll batting. I even stitched some, at some points, might be some seams and some batting. I put stuff together as well. See, Joy Creations is here saying evening tea and everyone. Hey girl, your package went in the mail today. For some reason, I had put an invoice in the PayPal. I'm having like issues. I did a whole invoice, put it in the PayPal, and it just disappeared. So your stuff was sitting for a couple days before I realized that it had never sent it to you. Because I patiently wait for people to pay. I don't, bug people. You pay when you're ready. And I look up and I'm like, where is her invoice? Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm over here hitting my knee lift that's not here because I took it off to do Wednesday's live. We sold nothing over here without a knee lift. In we go. All right, let's go back and see what happened while I was turned around. T, you are one of my favorite. You have on one of my favorite, or you are in one of my favorite colors that I simply love. It really looks nice and pretty on you. Well, thank you. All right. Ooh wee, boy. I'm so used to the lever on the brother that I've been sewing on. I got to remember what a reverse is so I can backstitch. And I guess I may as well set this one up so I can do them both and chain piece a little bit. Rhonda Barlow is here saying, hey, T and everyone. Maddie Barnum's here. Kevin says he had to take a call. Miss Y, Miss T is making bowl cozies because they Christmas gifts and they not done yet. That's why. Because I don't have them made. I'll look up, it'll be Christmas. I'll be the night on Christmas Eve up here trying to make these bowl cozies. We don't want that. It's amazing how you get used to a particular thing. I'm used to that big old lever of the brother doing my reverse that I don't want to reverse. I'm going to have to change this mic because I keep hitting it where it's at. Just looking down and I'm hitting it. So that's not going to work. Okay. See, Joy, I see ya. Betsy says, I was just on a call. Hello, everyone. Gonna do some sewing. Yes. Eventually, I'm gonna have to do some sewing too, because I keep not doing what I'm supposed to do. I got so many holes, little puncture holes right here from me taking my snips in here and hitting the plastic. I'm beating Miss Bernie up one poke at a time. Wash your hands says, I think I'll be making the oven mitt from AccuQuilt for Christmas presents. Yeah. Well, these bowl cozies are really nice to get stuff out of the microwave. Even if you don't use it in the microwave, they're really nice to get the stuff out when you have stuff in bowls and stuff. So I really like that. So I assume that oven mitt would be nice too. Nice gift. Miss T sure can sew good X's on those bowl cozies. Shut up, Kevin. um Yes, I am using 100% cotton batting. I'm using Warm and Natural. That's the 100% cotton batting that I purchased. That's what I'm using. 100% cotton fabrics. Anything polyester and you're going to burn your microwave. You don't want to do that. So I made sure I'm using Quilt Shop quality fabric. I'm making sure. If you're not sure if your fabric has polyester in it, I have a video that shows you how to do a burn test and what it means, what the end results mean. So you can Google that Teaquilts burn fabric burn test. So I just want to make this one to see how, if I have to, I think I'm going to have to, trim all of them a 1/4 inch. You know how that is. I should have done one without it, but I think I've done that. I wasn't. I was sewing on the Singer Featherweight. I never made a bowl cozy on the Bernina. I was testing my Singer Featherweight because I never use it. All right, so that's one part done. This is the other. Let's see. I guess I could just make one, and I hate cutting my thread. I have a love-hate relationship with that process. But here we go. Miss T, did you receive my order for the African fabrics? I don't think so. I'll Google your name and see. I mean, not Google your name. I'm going to search my mail. I don't remember. I don't know. So much be happening. I can't keep it all straight. Let's see. No, ma'am. The last time we communicated was on September 1st. So I didn't get it. If you want one, just send me a quick email and then I'll get it. I'll get you situated. Because like I said, I only have 4. All right, so we're gonna put these right sides together. I am gonna put a few pins in here to hold this in place. And I even got some double needle pins, so I'm gonna use those. No, they're not gonna move then. I love these bowl cozies. It has saved my hands from being burnt by the heat of the bowl from the microwave so many times. Yes, and now that it's getting to be soup season, I know I'm gonna be using them a lot more. So I need a few more for myself. But I'm like, girl, you haven't even made any for the family yet. So I'm gonna make these. And the nice thing, there are most people that we're giving these to, first of all, they don't sew. So that's fine. And so you don't have to be perfect either, if they line up, they line up. If they don't, they don't. It's okay. They don't sew. So I'm going to start stitching right before one of these V's and back stitch. Gotta lift up I love the knee lift because it gives me an extra hand. And then I can pivot. All right, now I'm turning the corner. I'm just gonna line up the next two. Don't go away, comments. Lena says, love it. Deborah Sims Brown's hair says, I made some, but keep forgetting to use them. I had to end up like putting mine on top of the microwave so that they were there. Like either if I wanted to put the food in or take the food out, because sometimes I wouldn't put it in there if it was my personal opinion. You don't want to put anything that's fabric based, even if it's 100% cotton, in for longer than 3 minutes. So if I'm going to heat something longer than 3 minutes, I don't put it in there while it's in the microwave, but I do use it to get it out and then situate it into the bowl. That has been working very well for me, because sometimes I'm putting frozen soup cubes in and it takes longer than 3 minutes for it to thaw it and then cook it. It might take 5 or 6 minutes, if it's frozen, to make it so that it's thawed and hot, because I don't like room temperature food. I do not like cold food. So I don't put the bowl cozy in there. You don't want to be cooking very long periods of time. These little double pins are getting me, y'all. I'm getting caught. All right. Trying to make sure I started over there, so I'm okay around this next one. Okay, we want to line up these last little side seams. Like I said, they don't have to be perfect. On something like this is when it's okay, because it's not a quilt block, to loosen up a bit. long as it's functional, it's okay. And I didn't even sew an X on these. Oh my goodness. And then I went and sewed past my end point when I realized I didn't have an X. Hold on, let me get this out of here. So we're gonna be sewing an X through the fold. So let me take some of these stitches out of here. I didn't even sew an X, even when Kevin says Miss T makes good X's. I just skipped that part. I guess I don't want X's in my bowl. I guess. Good night, Sue. Sorry your back is hurting. They were charging $6 for one. She was talking. I've seen people charge as much as $10 for one bowl. I guess if you put a double X in it, you could charge $10 for it. Oh my goodness. Lola says, I made one today and made my turning hole too small. Took me a while to get it turned. Well, yeah, I closed it up. I don't have X's. I don't close the bowl up. I'm on the roll already. And remember, I don't have anything sold with the batting held down but the dart. So this is going to be very interesting. But I'm going to put some X's in here. This is one of those occasions where they say, do as I say and not as I do. I gotta cut my fan up high. I had cut it down low. I was cold when I came in here. I'm in here making a mess, so now I'm getting hot. It'll be okay. I'm gonna save this bowl. Hi, Janet Mackerel. T, have you made the plate cozy? They're great too. I have not made the plate cozy, but I do plan to. Because I put plates in there too. And I sometimes would just go ahead and flatten these out like the one that's on my picture. I don't flatten it out so much. You know, I won't go back into the bowl shape. But it'll be all right. I've been putting these under the plates. Just hold it in the middle. All right. So I'm trying to make sure I get my batting pulled out. And then we're going to go ahead and stitch around it first. And then I'm just going to put an X in here some kind of way. Some kind of way an X is going in here. See, this bowl sits up much higher than the one I showed in my video because I keep pushing it down. All right. So we're going to go ahead and close this up on the ends. And then I'm going to put an X in here as far as I can. So that way I know where my stitching line is. I wanted to bring, I got this in here. I do like to round my corners if I can. All right. Yeah, Rich says he put his bow cozies on top of the microwave too. Yeah, Winona, you better get busy because Christmas will be here before you know it. And I got all kinds of people still trying to get me to make the cosmetic bags, and I'm just putting people on a list because I'm not interested in that right now. I don't want to make those. I told y'all I'm like a creature of, I like working on different stuff. Now see, I don't mind doing the bowl cozies because I haven't worked on them in a while. But I don't feel like working on those. I'm trying to figure out what am I gonna make. I guess I should sew on this. I guess I could start around the corner too, so I can get my opening closed right away. Increase this stitch length. Just to make it go a little bit faster. Okay. Still could be longer. I only went up to 2.55. I could go larger than that, but I've stitched a good chunk now. All right. Paul is asking, am I trimming outside of the batting? Is that the reason for the 1/4 inch? I just rough cut a 1/4 inch if it's in the seam or not. I really don't care, but I just don't want the batting to be in the completed whole seam and then double. That's just too much. I think taking just a little bit of the batting out makes it so that it's not so thick around the edges. I've seen where they were just too thick at the edges. And so I'm going to have to go back, and my second one, I'm going to have to do the X's so I can do this right. All right, we're almost at the beginning here. All right, reverse and cut. And I think I got some of this stuff set on my foot pedal, but I never use it. I just don't use my heel like that. All right, now we're going to try to push this down so when I stitch this, it don't make a complete total mess, but you know. Here we go, experiment. I do all the mess ups, and then you know whether or not to do it like I do. I'm going to increase this stitch length, though. I am going to do that. I'm going to go like to 3. Just completely forgot about the X's. Trying to make sure everything is as flat as I can possibly get it. Y'all. I may never sew another X again before I do my bow cozy if it worked this next route. Because we're when the way I normally do mine, you sew the X on each front, inside and outside. And then when I'm done, because you will have this big bag that'll come apart, I sew a little bit in the X to keep it so that it's flat in the center, so it won't just pull apart in the center. I have accidentally found something, guys. You just got to make sure you get your batting flat. I'm gonna hold up, save me some time. Okay, get it flat. Gonna go this other way and see how it works, y'all. They've been teaching us wrong the whole time. Dana says, Miss T, I want some of that quilt right there. What quilt? Shaquita Pearson says, hi, T, and everyone working on my 4-star general. Get it done, girl. Gotta have them ready for Saturday. And I got your order ready to go, girl. I've been busy. I've been working. I'll send you an invoice or something. Wash Your Hands says, I have a set of bow cozies to my boss. Gave a set of bows to her boss last year for Christmas. She eats a lot of soup and she loves them. They do make great gifts. I like to make matching pot holders for gifts. So that's cool, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, so I was wondering which quilt Lena was talking about, because that's the only quilt I think I got showing. This is the yellow brick road back here. So thanks, Melissa. I haven't heard of a plate cozy from Teresa. Hey, Remo JS says, good evening, Miss T. In quilters, a long day. 2 yards orange, 2 teal. Lena saying 2 yards of orange, 2 of teal. I don't know what she's talking about. Okay, let me show y'all this cozy. Now I got these ends up here still. Let me get that out the way, because y'all know I do not like thread tails. Y'all, I don't have one pucker. My bowl does not pull out. Okay, I didn't have to go in there and do the X trying to get on top of the stitching. I would do like a quarter inch on each side of center. So I was stitching a half inch to hold this bowl together. Y'all, look at God. Look what happened. Made a mistake. This bowl cozy is perfect. Royal blue, 2 yards. I don't know what I don't even know what fabric she's talking about. Lena, you're gonna have to send me some fabric numbers or something, and I have to see what I have. I don't even know what Lena talking about. She just naming stuff. Tom says, "Hey T and all Teaquilts, just hit that thumbs up button for Miss T. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that, sir." Sherlock Soul says, "Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome." Um. I'm trying to. I forgot to sew the X today. I have to go back and do it in the morning. Yes, I'm never doing it again. So we just gonna be trimming these for right now. We're gonna do this until I make a mess, okay? And then I'll say whether or not I'm going back to do it the right way. I'm loving this. Yes, it's perfect. It is no puckers in that thing. So why are we sewing X's first, people? When we can just sew it after it's all sewed, and then the centers are not going to pull apart like a lost bean bag or something. Why are we doing that? And I'm just rough cutting off a quarter of an inch because these were die cut by Teaquilts for my batting for those that just came in. So I am taking those apart. Thank you, Sherlock Sows. I'm doing it again now on purpose. I went straight to doing straight to sewing those darts instead of sewing the X's, and now I think I love it because I never like something that's all baggish coming apart. I'm a happy girl. Yes. Darcy says sometimes we have to make mistakes to learn new things. You got that right, girl. I am happy as a camper over here. Okay, I'm a happy camper. And then I'm trying to line these back up so I can get them as close as possible to the V in my fabric. Yep. All right. Phyllis G says, T, I like that X method. I was also sewing a bow, I think a bow cozy. So yes. So we're gonna try this again. I want to make sure it wasn't a fluke. Mess it up, find something new. Hey Ray, he says, hi sis and everyone, stay safe still. Yeah, this one went back pretty good. Kathleen Champ says, laughing out loud. What y'all all talking about? Laughing out loud. I was sitting up here sewing and I forgot to sew the X first before I sewed my darts. And then I didn't even realize it until I had sewed the whole bowl all the way around to stitch it together. But I went ahead and turned it and I put the X on there after I did all my stitching. And lo and behold, the bowl is perfect. You do not have to stitch an X through both of these individual seams if you don't want to. You just stitch an X once. So that's what we, well, I have accidentally found. We're going to try it again to make sure it's not a fluke. Oops, I got to go back and back stitch that. All right. Sometime my Bernina starts sewing, it just be gone. It's through this little seam. And I did not cut down the V. I just left the batting in the V. I didn't care about that. People saying hi to my brother. He probably ain't even seeing him. He probably went back to his TV or something. Y'all so kind to my family. Yeah, I'm trying to get through this one now so I can see if this works. I was going to trim off more than one at a time, just sit and do some trimming. But now I'm anxious to see if I can do this again without any trouble. So we got one bowl for show. Put it here where to show a little bit better. Hi, Carrie Richard. Saying hello, everyone. It's almost getting time too for the optional block for October. Third Thursday, they should be turned in. August, September. Yeah, today is the 8th, so we got less than 2 weeks that the first blocks have to be in for the Teaquilts optional block drawing. Yes, yes, yes. This fabric got bumblebees on it. And when I give these bow cozies out, I am also going to give them some instructions on the, you know, when you give people stuff made with fabric, make sure you give them instructions so that they don't put this in the microwave and walk away for 10 minutes. Last one for this one. No, last one, period. I got to break the thread again. That's one of the things I hate. That's why I chain piece everything. I hate cutting my thread. All right. Darcy's saying, I'm going to have to look up bow cozies tomorrow and see if I have stuff to make one for my mommy. Fingers crossed that you won't have trouble with this bow cozy. Yes. Because I want it to work. And I have to mail mine in. I've been riding around with them in the car for like 2 weeks. Taking them on shop hops, Jason. All right. I did not sew any X's. We're not going to sew any X's. We're going to put this sucker together again like we did the other one. And we are just going to put some pins because I don't want these to shift at all. I do want to line up my corners. Die cutting, it makes it real easy to do that. Even if it's straight cut, you know what your corner, where your corners are supposed to be. I don't really care about where the darts are. I just want to make sure it's not shifting as I'm sewing. And I'm trying to sit it down in there. Cool, T. However, I cannot see what you're sewing at your machine, sis. Maybe you can do a little tutorial showing those of us who, like me, are completely clueless. uh, Lena's still saying she's happy about her package she got. Thank you, Lena, for the shout outs, girl. She's saying, good evening, Tea and Quilters. I got my package today and love it. And Susan says, T, I hate that floppy stuff also. I started sewing a small X when finished. Now I'm going to do it do it last as well. Crapple Love says, T and everyone, I'm going to say goodnight. Not feeling great. I'm having a very bad leg pain. So hope you feel better. Take care of yourself. See you next live. I put a message. Jason talking about you know it. Yeah, talking about traveling with them blocks. I put a message earlier that I don't want my name in the because I'm working on stuff and when okay, so that's hopefully I'll remember that. And if you win, just remind me and tell me if I accidentally forget, because a girl on the day I'll probably forget when I start opening all them packages. Angela Stringer says, good evening, T and T folk. Hey Angela, welcome. The blocks is just to sit here and not to get used. If she keeps them. Bold cozies with Halloween fabric, great for passing out candy. Yep, absolutely. All right, so we're gonna do this again, and we're gonna stop ahead of time this time, not because I realized I hadn't sold the X's. Got nervous, closed my hole up too much. All right, so sometimes when I'm stitching, I'm on the batting. Other times I'm not. So it's not. Sometimes I'm on it. Sometimes I'm not. Like I said, I rough cut a 1/4 inch. So it's not perfect. I want to put these seams together here. Hold up. Without this double pin sticking me, that's the issue. All right. Make sure these fabrics are lined up here. All right. Susan says she's got her package yesterday and love it. Well, thank you. Like so, like that says those are great gifts. Yes. Yes, they are. But if I think we just saved ourselves from having floppy bags, because I was sewing my X, a little 1/2 inch X in the center after I made my bag. So now I'm saving myself from sewing 2 X's, and I don't have to sew the little X to hold the center together. Oh me, oh my. And I'm hoping it works. I'm trying to see, where did I start? Not this one. I keep looking for where did I it's right here. So I got to stop in the curve of this one. Get right there on that seam. Turn this. Just got to get around this curve and stop right there. All right, let's cut that. All right, let's see. We're going to do this again. I forget sometimes with the X, put a 4-inch circle in the middle. So that's cool too. Um, oh my gosh, she said she was at the Hallmark store the other day. They had bowl cozies there for $20. Woo Lord. I have seen them like for 10, but I haven't seen them for 20. Woo Lord. They must have some expensive fabric. Well, and I actually purchased this fabric that I cut for these bowl cozies because I was at the quilt shop and I just wanted to get stuff cut. And so I was like, I was cutting for a retreat and I cut some extra ones knowing that I was going to use them later. So. All right, then the next thing I want to do is make sure that I straighten out this batting because it's not in here everywhere. So I do want to make sure that it's pulled back out to the corners everywhere. So that's the key to not sewing that X first. Just making sure you push that batting back out. I'm just getting my curves out right now. I'll go back and check the battings later. All right, so I go and feel it and see if it's in the corners. This one's not curved at all. This might have been that corner that I was kind of close to the edge. Okay. Push that batting up. Okay. This one here. I don't even know where my hole is. Here it is. Gotta find it. Okay. Good night, Francis. Okay, so we're gonna poke this in our side seams. I don't even have any clips in here because I took them all. They're all at the brother sewing machine. So we'll have to use a few pins here just to make sure. I'm going to sew on the black side. I think it's going to be my outside. The black fabric with the bees. And, oh, it's even got ladybugs. I didn't even realize it had ladybugs. All right. T, so you have a pattern for pot holder? I'm not making a pot holder. I'm making a bowl cozy. It's an Teaquilt die. So then I just make sure that everything is nice and flat before I start sewing. And then I'm going to go ahead and now stitch that 1/4 inch around the outside. Just want to. This was that corner that I messed up on. I went too far in. But it's a bowl cozy. It's still functional. Okay, got my pins out now. I can go ahead and sew. All right. one more. Dee Dee Hansen here from Michigan. Got my fabric for the faces and hands of African Queen. Was your African Queen set on diagonal or in a square? I see patterns for both. I put mine on the diagonal. I set mine on the diagonal. I need to quilt it. I don't think it's been quilted. Reason why mine hasn't been quilted because it's been in lectures, and so it's in my lecture case. I got one more lecture I got to do this month. So that's where my African Queen is. Hasn't seen light of day out in this house because it hasn't been pulled out. It's in storage totes. I got one more lecture this month for the year. All right, so now I'm going to smooth it again so when I go stitching corner to corner, I won't get puckers. So let's try this. Now, I have one bad corner on here because I had, this is where I started and stopped. I was trying to find my start and stop points and went too far into the corner, but it's a bowl cozy, so who cares? But we don't want any puckers. Okay. Now we got to go the other way. And I'm going to put this under here. But I want to make sure I'm not going to have a pucker right there in the middle. Yeah, it worked second time too, so I don't know. I may not be going back to doing them too. It's just a bowl cozy going in a microwave, so it don't take you to stitch those 2 X's when you can stitch one. So here we go again. Inside of the bowl, it's not puckered, and in the center you see the X is there. This is dart on this side. That's a dart, so that's not pucker. And then on the other side, there's no pucker either. So I think you can do these bowls without doing the 2 X's if you want. Like I said, the concern would be that the X's hold them, hold the fabric so that it stays up at the top. So you have to remember to make sure you pull that fabric back to the corners if it's moving when you're turning it inside out. Kathleen T, she said 2 for 20. Oh, 2 for 20. Okay, I thought she was saying 1 for 20. Okay, because I was gonna say that's a ripoff. But I have seen them at places, even online and people's Etsy shops and stuff like that. I have seen them for 10. Now, if I was selling them, then probably would be wanting to make sure that I was, didn't mess up one of my corners like I did on that bowl, but I don't care. Like I said, it's like a pot holder. Who cares? As long as it's functional. All right. I'm just going to trim. I had all of these stacked together and I cut them, and now I'm pulling them apart so I can trim off a quarter. And when I was sewing on that, I should just try sewing one without cutting. Maybe I'll do that. I'm going to not cut the next one. I'll go ahead and do this because these two go together. I'll not trim the next one. I thought that I remember it was a little bit bulky at the top, but let's make sure on the Bernina. I was sewing on a featherweight. Do one both ways. All right. It's 9:06. Hold on. I told it to undo. Maddie Barnum saying hi to T. I did that accidentally, Maddie. She's saying hi to Dee Dee. Last week, bags, now bold cozies. Can't wait to see what the next B project will be. I am just I haven't sold on that not today what I need to sew. So this is like consolation sewing tonight. So I need to sit my little self down so I can lay those border pieces out. And I have not done that. I want to make sure none of those fabrics touch. I was just glad to get the 4-star general done, I think, and I just stopped. Unfortunately. Okay, guys, y'all can tell me what y'all working on. I probably need to go down to the bottom. I don't know how far down I am. I had a bold cozy pattern. It was free, but I can't find it to save my backside. One of the first things I ever made a few years ago for wedding gift for her niece, and they love them. You find it most of the times you can just use a 10-inch square. I think AccuQuilt uses 10.5-inch square, but you can use a 10-inch square and cut some darts in, girl. You can make a bowl cozy on your own. I just like the speed of cutting. What die did you use to cut the fabric? Go or Studio? This was, you need to have the Go Big or the Studio. This is the larger die. It will not go into a Go machine. No, y'all haven't seen my finished African Queen quilt yet because it's in storage. I had it in some lectures. You came in late. Hit the thumbs up when we start. Oh my gosh, I don't hid Maddie Barnum, y'all. Can you believe that? And I did not do that. And I even told it to undo. I hit the screen telling it to unhide her message when it did it. And then it still did what it wanted to do. So, Maddie, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to... I don't think I can do it on my phone. I have to do it in my desktop. Let me see if I can do it on my phone. And then it keeps giving me ads. I don't want that. Okay. Continuous Teaquilts. Why? What are you doing? Choose an account to sign in. Your subscriptions, playlists, and more will appear on your TV. I'm not trying to do that. See, it won't let me get... I have to go to YouTube Studio. And I don't think it lets me take people out in Studio. But let me try just in case. I have to go to my desktop and do that. Content, comments. Nope, that's just showing me comments. I can't change that on here. I'm so sorry, Maddie. That's my dashboard, content, analytics, comments, and then monetization. Settings, let's try that. I can't take it off here. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yep, it won't let me take it off of YouTube Studio here. And I didn't even tell it to do that in the first place. All I saw was a thing saying Maddie's messages will be hidden. Do you want to undo? I said undo, and then it put her in timeout. Hit her on the channel. All right, so this one here we're not going to do. Hey, Teresa. Sherlock says that the people that return for her to get more bow cozies want 2 lines of top stitching. So I don't know if she's talking about like individually or she's talking about after it's sewn they want another one. So I gotta do this one anyway. I'm about to cut everything off. All right. All right, that's just one. we had a technical difficulty break. Technical difficulties. I have to go to my desktop, Maddie, and get you unhidden on my channel, girl. I'm so sorry. Okay, I think this one, yep, needs to be stitched. I'm trying to see the difference between trimming and not trimming now on the Bernina. That other one was my featherweight, so we shall see. Because if I don't have to trim, that would be great too. It just seems like I had a really thick top edge, and I didn't necessarily like it. Okay, everything is stitched twice. Don is working. Angela, I'm working on inspiration. I'm working on a deadline. Melissa working on Tula Pink. The piney pineapple kit got on sale. That's Don. That's cool. I'm working on an exploding heart. I am working on row 10 of 18. That's Betsy. Awesome. And then Cedra Creation says, good night, 10 everyone. Blessings for next week. Yes. Britt says he's finishing up the binding of the last of the prayer quilts for a workshop. That's cool. Cute Lady Capu says, good evening, everyone. Finishing up a baby quilt and working on tote bags. Almost. I like what Angela is working on. Yay, one more to go and then I am done for the week. Deborah Sims says, I'm working on the Oh Say Can You Sew? And boy, is it a lot of work. I don't think I've seen that. I probably do know, and then I forget the names of stuff. Because I'm not working on it. I see so much stuff and it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm sitting up here. My one of the girls in our group today was saying we used to do projects, group project for the year or something like that, and asking if we wanted to do. I said, "Girl, we got 2 challenges to do. We barely get them done. We don't need anything right now." And then the rest of us, she's the only one. Well, not this time, but last time she was the only one that didn't sign up to do the 4-star general. But we all been doing the boho hard now, but she's not, and I think well, it's half of us are doing it, half of us are not. So it's like we got enough to do. All right, I think this one needs to go too for the third one. I've been sewing machine shopping. Been sewing machine shopping today. Oh, she's looking to buy a sewing machine, I guess. It's so many machines out. It's hard to make a decision nowadays. They pulling out machines. You can change them out like you can socks now. Hey, Kim Barris. Okay, so this one has all 4. It got ahead of the. Oh, no, it doesn't. I was gonna say, how did that happen? It just got 3. Yeah. So this is my last round. Now all of them are ready for the 4th dart. And all right. And go this way. I had to line up my fabric though. Last one for darts. All right. Don says, I have the exploding heart pattern and fabric for it, but haven't started on it yet. Rooting for you for sure, Patricia. I need to make a handle for the Halloween bags I made for my blessings. That's awesome. Halloween's just right around the corner. All right, we got this one. Orange. These 2 go together. And these 2 go together. All right. Just finished quilting something, and I am working on some economy blocks. I think I told y'all I was doing that communique quilt. I got all those parts done. So I just need to sew them together as they are required throughout the year. So all of my communique blocks are done. What machine did you finally decide to get? I don't think she's decided yet. Deborah says it's a sew along with Lisa Bogan. I don't even know. So I probably missed that one, or I don't know her name. Darcy says, I'm just finishing log cabin blocks and a mermaid pattern. I'm going to donate it for a little girl that might need one. And the boho heart calls for your favorite method of applique. Working on figuring that out. That's Melissa. That's funny. practice on larger hearts. Turns out I don't really like applique. The funny thing is, if you got applique blocks, you can just substitute those blocks for something else. You don't have to do any applique blocks, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do any. So people that are probably doing it are going to be doing it by themselves, because you don't have to. You don't have to do everything that a pattern is telling you. If it's the size of a particular block, then you can also. Um, it depends on what it is as to whether I'm going to do it, but you can always. I'm putting pins in here this time. Just I don't know why, but I am. I just was doing it while I'm talking. It wasn't a problem for me to match them as I went, but hey, I'm pinning now, so yeah, but I don't know what I plan to do with as far as applique. So we'll see. I don't intend right now I don't intend to do any applique, but we'll see. So now these darts are much they're gonna they're much thicker because the batting is to the end. So that's noticeable. And that's probably why why I cut it out, because of the dart maybe. So the dart's already poofy. It's puffy. um, I'm going to do the owl applique in the hoop on my embroidery machine for boho hearts. Yep. You got to just think of some other way to do it. And I'm not doing an owl at all because I don't, it's okay, animal. It's just, I don't want it in my quilt. Oops, I put that pin in the wrong spot. Okay. And then I just want to hold these corners so they don't go bouncing all around, moving my fabric and batting. All right. So we're actually going to sew this one first. The one that has the batting all the way to the edge. We're going to do this one first and see if it makes a difference. Exploding heart's really easy, especially if you've got any of the die cutting stuff, because you just pick a cube and just start sewing and stuff. You cut. And she's and have a die cut chart in the pattern, in the updated pattern. The other thing that I did was I forgot to turn my stitch length back down. I'm going to put it like 2.4. I had put it at 3 for top stitching, and then I stitched the entire B bag. And that might have been why I was going around the corner, that one corner, really funny, because it was stitching a little wider. Okay. All right. Darcy says, I bought fusible thread and am attaching fabric like that. Then I am sewing it in place with clear thread. It worked pretty good so far. So that's cool. They've really changed the invisible thread, because it used to be horrible to sew with that thread, but they've made some major changes with that. And I haven't used it since I used it the old kind, where it was a pain in the butt. I just wrote it off my list of things to use. Okay. All right. Get around the corner. Back stitch. and cut the thread. All right, so let's turn this one and see how the Bernina stitches the top part and see if it's stiff, because if I don't have to trim, that would be even better. Okay, my opening is right here. Hi, Zandra Odom. She says, good evening. Welcome. I think she's been in here once before, or that I can recall anyway. Melissa says, I've got some lovely stitches that I can use, but if you don't get them in just the right spot, I think it will fray. Yeah. And if you're not wanting that in your quilt, then that's why people do different methods of, they close the edges off. Even like birthing with some interfacing or stabilizer or fusible interfacings. People do different methods. It's so many methods to do all these techniques. You just got to decide which one is your favorite. But I don't think, it depends on the block as to whether or not I'm going to do any applique. And if I do, it probably will be needle turn for me. I'll just go ahead and do it the hand way because I want mine to be nice forever. If you don't, birthing and turning also makes that happen too, though. All right. Got to get these ends down. Now we don't have to worry about moving the batting around because this one, it doesn't feel too thick on this. But we'll see when I sew. Maybe it was just a featherweight when I was sewing. It just was so thick. So maybe I'm not going to trim anymore. I got to get this pushed in so when I top stitch, it gets that seam. Maybe I'm not trimming anymore. Just could have been a featherweight thing. And I am right around that corner, so. Trying to make sure my edges are out before I top stitch. All right, here we go. I'm going to stitch right there. Oh, I got to increase my stitch length again. Okay, let me put these pins back and try to roll this seam under a little bit. The pink one is my favorite. Okay, we'll see when it's done. It's looking like it's doing pretty good on the Bernina. It was just that featherweight then. Didn't like going through the edges. The Bernina is handling it like a champ. I don't want my screensaver to mess up. You've got mass production going there, Miss T. Yep. That's how I normally sew. I'll do so many of one step. But when I'm live, I'm experimenting too. So when I get off the live, I get a whole lot done in. If I sew, because I haven't been sewing off the live lately. Been having other stuff to do. I was studying to being a quilt judge and then trying to get my stuff together. And then, what else did I do? Oh, I've been cutting fabric. All right. Okay, we're in the B there. Last turn. All right. Cut this, and now we got to do the X. The X should be easier because the batting shouldn't have moved, but we'll see. That's what I'm here for. All right, let's see. Yeah, the batting hasn't moved, so this should be a breeze. I'm stitching on the outside because I don't know. I am. And I'm using all white thread. I have not changed threads. All right. That's one side. Go back and do the other side. Now, I'm wondering also, I don't want people to do this and your bag pucker. Now I'm realizing I'm looking down here at my foot. I'm using a 97D foot. And it comes down and it kind of helps even out my stitches. Well, that's what the purpose is, to even out stitches. But I'm telling you, I don't feel like I feel pucker either way. So, only do this one time before you do a whole mass production of them. Maybe it's my Bernina foot that's causing me not to have any puckers, but I seriously doubt that because I just don't feel them when I'm smoothing out. I just don't feel it. So I don't think that's what's helping me. But, I don't think I'm trimming anymore. How about that? All right. So this is my little pink bag. And again, it's all the way to the edge. It's not different. I just sewed like 1/8 of an inch from the edge. And both sides, no puckers. Again, so hey, got 3 Christmas gifts ready. Darcy's reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Says there's 114 people and only 80 thumbs up. Take a look and see if you've hit it. Thank you, Darcy. Thanks, Rich. All right, we'll just sew this one because we got it to do. And then we'll just sew some darts. Just sew darts. Whoops. If I can get my darts sewed, that's the most tedious part of it, is sewing darts. And it's not difficult to sew the darts. It's just the most time consuming part of the process. So, yay. No more trimming. Put the scissors up. Hide those. Chocolate Treats here says y'all having fun. And it's odd, but I'm tired. Wow. You gonna wear yourself out. That's the wrong phone. I see you, Phyllis. Spam. More. I need to move this out of spam. Okay. And yep. Cash. I got Phyllis and Claudette. Just cash at me, Claudette, if you're still here. I'll just send it. I got your address if you haven't moved. Phyllis, you confuse me. Sometimes I don't know what state you in. I think you in I want to say North Carolina. She's my moving quilter. Phyllis be on the move. Good night, T. Roberts. Okay, I want to make sure. Oh, crap. I'm back at it. Okay. And I think I'm still sewing with 3-inch. Yep, 3 inches again. Okay. That's why I like assembly lining stuff. Then I don't forget. Okay. I think we turn through here. Right there. Did you use a template to cut your cozies? No, I used an AccuQuilt die cutting machine. I used you need to have a Go Big if you buy this die, or the Studio. It will not work in a Go. Good night, chocolate treat as well. Came in and back out. Or maybe it was in earlier and I just didn't know it. Maybe that's what it is. All right, so this one, because I don't have the seam in the end, I'm gonna have to make sure I push the batting out once I get my corners poked out here. And then we're not trimming anymore. I put my scissors up. That was the featherweight. We're not having those issues with the Bernina. So, sew on different machines. When stuff is not working on one machine, go get another one. And that's why I was telling you I had one machine when I was doing all of my sewing on domestic machines. I had one machine set up for free motion quilting, another one set up for regular 1/4-inch piecing, and then I had another machine always set up for machine embroidery, so that way I can always make my labels, my quilt labels. So I didn't have to be trying to find attachments and all of that. And I just used the best feature of all of my machines. So I tested all of them out with the techniques I wanted to do and then picked the ones I like best. Okay. This one right here at the corner needs to be pulled out. Why is it the one at the corner that's causing the trouble? Where I got the hole. It's right here. Flip back. It's like, what are you doing? I don't even know how it got. However, it's totally flipped back. Like, how did that even happen? All right. All right. So now I'm just going to put some pins in here to hold my raw edges a little. Around that corner. It's always the starting corner. I guess because I stopped just right around the corner, but I try to leave myself enough room for turning. And I don't know if I want to do it in the V. I guess I could. Okay. I'm going to get my pins and pin this so it doesn't move. You are so organized, T. Great idea using different machines. Yes. And then the machine that I would free motion quilt on, I would just have on the floor right here And then whenever I needed to use it, I would just take this one, put it down, bring the other one up. So I just kept it covered right here on the floor. So whenever I was ready to use it, it was right there. I didn't have to go. This thing moved down again or something. Hold on. Let me make sure. I feel like a fabric line. Like my batting moved again. This is the first time that's happened. I don't know what this line is. It's not batting because it's only, well, it's 2 layers of batting. That's what it is. It's the other layer of batting. There it go. Because I'm not doing the stitches, I'm forgetting about that. But it was no problem. I think when we're not trimming, you won't even have that problem because I didn't have that problem on the other one. So, yeah. All right. We figured it out at least. We're still at 3 inches because we forgot, 3.0 stitching because I forgot to take it out in the first place. T, do you still do your quilt labels on the embroidery machine? Always. The only time I don't do an embroidery machine on a label is like if it's a charity quilt, because I don't put all of that information on there because I don't necessarily want somebody to look me up. That's the only time I don't do embroidery machine labels, if I'm giving it for a charity or a gift to somebody that I know I'm probably never going to hear from again. Like I gave one to one of my family members' doctors. That was just a really good doctor, went above and beyond what they were supposed to do. So I just wanted to thank the doctor. So I did that. That was that patriotic quilt that I made last year. I didn't put an embroidery label on it. I just don't put all my information. I put a little bit on there, but not a lot. I let them know when it was made, give it a name, and the dates I worked on it, and I might just put T on there, TEA, and just call it a day or something like that. So for some reason, I don't machine embroider them. Okay, we can cut that. I'm going to use that reason for me to get another machine. Gonna say, but honey, I can have them set up to do different things, and it would be so much easier for me. And then give them a kiss. That is funny. All right, we're gonna sew our X here. Everything's in place once I got that corner straightened out. It was the second piece of batting. I had one, but not the other. All right, flip it in and around. Uh-oh. This batting did the same thing over here, and I didn't know it. I'm pulling it out now, though. Here we go. And now I got to flatten it back out. All right, batting's up. Okay, let's cut that one. And this last X here. All right. All right. So that's number 4. All right. So I guess I can now tell you what I'm doing since Kathleen was asking what am I doing. However, you know, you can do this out of a 10-inch square. You can round your corners with a bowl if you want to. When you cut a dart, you may want to mark, I'd say, an inch each side of center and then go in about 2 inches to make your dart if you don't have like a die, something that you can die cut these with. So let me just show you that. So you're basically making a dart, and if this is your center in here, just pick like maybe 3/4 of an inch on each side, and then you're going to come in about 2 inches, and then you're going to bring those lines in here, and that's what you're going to cut for your darts. And then you can make a pattern out of freezer paper, and then all you got to do is just lay it on the paper and draw it in, and then just cut them out. So, and then on your corners, instead of them being square, because you started with a 10-inch square, you just can round it with anything that you have. Again, make it on a freezer paper template, and all you got to do is just lay it on top. You don't only have to make your pattern once. So there is no need for you to go buy a pattern to do these bowl cozies. You don't even have to have your corners rounded. They can just be pointed corners. There's nothing wrong with that either. So you don't even have to round the corners. But you can do whatever you want. Just have fun. So we're going to just sew some darts now. I've made 4 bowls here today. Different techniques, testing stuff out. Made a mistake on the first bowl and been using that mistake for the rest of them. So, yeah. So the longest part for me is doing the darts. So I'm just going to sit here and do some darts. We only got like 15 minutes left now. So that's what I'm going to do. It'll be real easy to put them all together. And then I need to decrease this stitch length back down. That's why I'm back down here, right? I'm doing the assembly line sewing. So when I change to the higher, the longer stitch length, I'm not worried about that. So I'm still going to only do about 4 at a time, just because I got to keep my sets together too. I don't want to have to remember what goes with what again. So I have no idea what font I use. Sometimes I switch them up, and I don't use my actual embroidery machine to punch it in. I actually use software, and the software that I use is outdated. It's no longer available. And I just pick a font. I don't know what the font is that I use. Once I set one of them up, I open up that old label that I just made, and then I just change the stuff in it, and then I just rename it something else, and then I go on to the next one. That's how once I set my label up, I never have to set it up again. But I can't even tell you what font, and that's why, because I haven't looked at the font. All I do is go in and click on the text box and change the text. You have to figure out for yourself which font you like. I'm starting to get the sniffles. I guess I didn't take my allergy meds today. I forgot when I got up this morning. And I've been outside. Guess that's why. So I think we got all of them with 2. Let's make sure. I like to keep them all on the same step. Dorothy says, I'll do whatever it takes. I have a needle broken off in my what? In my needle, in my fingertip this minute. I'm trying not to pass out. Oh my God, Kathleen. Ooh, wee. Yeah. I've had the needle poke me in the hand while I was doing something down there. I wasn't sewing, thank goodness. I didn't have my foot on there. But I can't imagine having sew through my finger. Oh my goodness. It is. I told you it was barbaric to look at somebody putting stitches in my finger. It's like, this is not normal. So I can imagine that needle. Oh my goodness. Good night, Deborah. Phyllis says, T, I live in North Carolina, but we do travel. Yeah, and that's because I've shipped to you in other places, girl. I'm like, I got your address then, okay. Phyllis travel. Mm-mm. Oh my God, she got thread in there too. Oh my God. Okay. So I'll just come in here and do a whole lot of keeping these in batches. So one, I got another B one. Oh, I got to finish it though. Thought I was done. Oh, I still got to do that one over there. So that was just the first. That was the first one I just took off. That's what it is. So all of these got an extra one that needs to be done. All right. Put you right back on here and get you done. This one needs to be finished. And Don says, cut such cute bead fabric. It was given to me at retreat as a gift, and it was handed to me, and everything I got, I was cutting it up right then. I said, I had so much stuff. I'm like, it's gonna be cut, so it's got used right away. So that was a good thing. Joe Carmel Perkins says, hey, Miss T and all you quilt folks just getting off work and need a little laughter. Welcome, welcome, Joe Carmel. Yeah, that was my concern, Melissa, was if she had anybody at home with her. Paula says, I need to finish my cozy from retreat. Wait, Paula, you were supposed to do that right then and there. Paula was working on that project, trying to get the project done. Good night, Delia Short. She says, have a good week, everybody. T, got any ice cream for that bowl, Cozy? Girl, we putting soup in here. We're doing soups and, well, for me, soups and soups only. I don't know what my family gonna do with them, but they're gifts, girl. They are gifts. So yes. So now we're doing another set. It's almost time for me to quit. I'm gonna do another set of 4 though. Try to remember what goes with what. This goes with that one, okay? Because I got different fabrics in here. I'm just gonna plop them out, pick what you want. I'm not giving anybody anything. So these are all done. I'll leave those chained. So, and then this one has what fabric? It's white. Okay. These are some more fat quarters that I got at retreat. A lot of these. They're like a one and done kind of thing. I was cutting them up. Yeah, fabric will cut. I think that's 4 now. You're welcome, Carrie. If I did a video on how I make quilt labels, and then people don't have that software, it's going to be different in every software program. But I'll make a video one day showing how I make my labels, because if you know how to work your software, then you can just do it over there. And like I said, my label's already set up. I open up an old label and just over type. But we'll see. It's real simple. Okay. I guess toward the end of this live, I figured out to leave these things in twos and pairs, clip together as I'm sewing. That makes sense too. Then you don't have to worry about, I can keep sewing them in row right behind each other and they're not getting mixed up. Keep my pairs together. It only took 2 hours to figure that out. Quilt Gals talking to Kathleen. A lot of people are telling her to go to the ER. My brother says, good night, everybody. He's getting his good night in before I just stop. Good night, sir. Okay. We still sewing. I got 4 darts to finish, I think. Get them done. And then I'll have 4 bowls that are ready to be sewn when I come back in here. T, do you have a 10-inch die or do you cut 10-inch squares by hand? I don't have a 10-inch die. I know the studio has a 10-inch die, but I haven't bought it. I would probably just cut them by hand unless I'm making a kit. That's when I would decide that I would get a 10-inch die if I was making kits. But I haven't done anything with 10-inch squares that I needed to have a die for it. The times I've needed them, I've just cut them because it wasn't a lot. If I was to start making 10-inch charm packs on my African prints, then I would most definitely get a die. Oops. All right, I think we got one more set of, we'll see in a minute, I guess. No, I got this one. And I got to go find me something to eat. I had a piece of leftover catfish, but I had fries, and I didn't like the fries reheated in the microwave, so I didn't eat those. I tossed those. So I haven't had enough to eat. I still got 2 more darts. I guess I had 8 when I said 4. All right. I think this is the last one. We'll make sure before I cut this thread. Whoops, I didn't do a back stitch. It's okay. The Nina is off the fabric. All right. So yeah, all 4 of these. And then they go in there. And I may as well cut this because I'm not going to sew anymore today. And sit these right sides together. All right. So yeah, not so bad with the bow cozies today. I will make boa kitchen scarf for Christmas gift. That's cool too. There seems to be, that seems like a very nice gift, Cynthia Washington. Did I miss a comment, or I'm not seeing a comment? I don't see a comment from Cynthia Washington. So sorry about that. I can't see it. Oh, Cynthia says, I just read it. I thought that was Cynthia Shea from out of Chicago. Okay. Yes. Paula says, yes, T, I think you should make the African charm pack. That's Paula. Susan says, do you have an air fryer, T, great for reheating fried foods? I do have an air fryer, but I didn't even think about putting them in there. I put them in the microwave and they didn't taste like even a French fry. I threw them things out. And it was like minutes before I was supposed to come in here too. But I will try that next time to regenerate it in the air fryer. Sometimes certain things take longer in the air fryer than it do cooking other ways. And so sometimes it's like, that's going to take too long. And so I was hungry, but I didn't eat that. Melissa says, I had to Google that, Cynthia. Great idea. Yes. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get off of here, guys. Thank you everybody for coming. Thanks everybody for your support this week and placing orders and stuff. I'm gonna have to get with my friend Kevin. I know he's off of here by now, and see when we're gonna do more Missouri shop hopping. We still got the northwest corner of Missouri we need to hit at some point, and then the southern parts, southwest portion of Missouri. So we still got a lot to do. We haven't even finished a region yet because we skipped one by mistake, and we purposely missing the 2 that are closest to us because we can get those at any time, even if we have to go separately and get them done. We're trying to handle those shops last, so we're trying to get the ones that are 4 out now. So we're gonna see if I don't know if we're gonna have time to put it on our agenda this week, but hopefully we can go do some more shop hopping. We're trying to do all 70 shops, so we'll see how that plays. So T, what did you do? Cut all the cozies at one time and are using Pelon microwave batting? No, I am using, I am using warm and natural batting. When I cut, I use my go dye on a studio system though, and I probably cut. I had a fabric layer, a piece of batting, a fabric layer, and a piece of batting. So I probably cut 2 layers at a time, or two, like a whole bag was cut at one time. So I cut 2 layers of batting and 2 layers of fabric at one time. And I ran that through my machine. But again, I was using my studio, which has a bigger turn handle, and the difference when somebody says something it slices like butter or whatever like that, that's what the studio system is to the go hand crank. The studio is like turning like butter, so it'll turn through a little bit more thickness than would be a go dye. Plus I'm using, instead of using the go dye mat, I'm using my studio mat, which is a different mat. So all of those might mean that I can cut those 4 layers easily. I don't know if you can cut that on a go because I haven't tried it on a, not a go, the go big. You got to have the go big, the electronic machine. I don't know if all of that will go into that electronic machine. So I did cut 2 layers of fabric and 2 layers of batting, and I layered it. That's why everything is nice and cut and even. I don't have to go and put my batting down. I was putting it down because I was cutting a 1/4 inch off. But now that I'm not doing that, my batting is cut at the same time as my fabric. So I'm not having to do that anymore. So I did cut quite a few layers at one time. Let me make sure no other questions. We're on our way out of here. People saying sweet dreams. Kevin's here. North, West, Central, and Southern. Okay, yes. So that's what we got to do. The main things. Shop till Kevin drops. Right. We both gonna drop because we were both frustrated and disgusted with ourselves on Wednesday. Tuesday we were okay. It was Wednesday that we were like, this is ridiculous. Good night, T, and all my quilting friends. It's been nice chatting with you all. Bye for now. Yes, prayers for Kathleen. That's from Rich. Thank you, Rich. Kathleen, we want to know what's going on with you, girl, when you come back up in here. Take care, everybody. You all stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out. And come back on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for 1 hour chat. Bye.